Imagine, if you will, a quaint and peaceful town, its tranquility shattered by a strange occurrence. Nestled in the heart of this serene hamlet stood an old mansion, the silent keeper of countless tales from yesteryears. Then, one day, appeared an antique mirror. It wasn't there yesterday, it wasn't there the day before, but there it was now, its ornate frame and gleaming surface belying an age that stretched back centuries. The mirror held an aura, a strange magnetism that was almost palpable. It was as if it contained a secret, whispering silent riddles through its reflective surface. The mansion, once a silent bystander, now seemed to hum with an odd, unsettling energy. The townsfolk, their curiosity piqued, were drawn to the mansion, their lives unknowingly entwining with the mirror's mysterious past. And so, the stage was set for a tale of curiosity, fear, and the chilling consequences of knowing too much. In the heart of the mansion, the mirror stood, a silent observer, waiting for its next unsuspecting visitor. It was not an ordinary mirror, but a portal to the unspeakable. It unveiled not your present, but a twisted reflection of your deepest secrets and most feared futures. The town's butcher, a man of robust build and jovial spirit, was the first to fall prey to its allure. His reflection revealed a frail, emaciated figure, hinting at a future of scarcity and starvation. The sight sent shivers down his spine, but it was this fearful curiosity that kept him coming back, day after day. Next was the town's schoolteacher, a woman of wisdom and grace. She gazed into the mirror and saw a reflection of herself surrounded by darkness, an emblem of ignorance, a future where knowledge was lost and chaos reigned. The vision disturbed her, yet she couldn't resist the pull of the mirror's enigma. The mayor, a man of power and influence, was not immune to the mirror's charm. He saw a reflection of himself in rags, a future where he was stripped of his power and left to the mercy of the streets. Despite the dread that filled his heart, he found himself drawn to the mirror, his mind consumed by the grim possibilities it presented. And so the tales of the mirror's twisted reflections spread throughout the town, each more disturbing than the last. The mansion became a place of pilgrimage, its rooms echoed with hushed whispers and stifled gasps. The mirror, once an object of beauty and elegance, had turned into a symbol of fear and fascination. Yet the townsfolk couldn't turn away. They were captivated by the mirror's power, its ability to reveal a side of them they never knew existed. They were entranced by its promise of foreknowledge, even if it was of a future too horrifying to comprehend. In the face of an unfathomable reality, the town was gripped by a fascination that bordered on obsession. As time went by, the mirror's revelations began to take a toll on the townsfolk. The once peaceful community was now tainted with an insidious sense of dread. The mirror, this object of fascination and horror, had unveiled a world of dark secrets and grim futures that the townsfolk were ill-prepared to confront. The bustling marketplace was now eerily quiet, as whispers of the mirror's revelations spread like wildfire, sowing seeds of fear and mistrust among the villagers. Friends turned into strangers, neighbors avoided one another, and families were torn apart, each grappling with their own dark truths and the knowledge of a future filled with uncertainty. The jovial baker, once known for his hearty laugh, now wore a permanent frown, his days of joy replaced by the torment of a future marred by loss. The kind-hearted schoolteacher, who had dedicated her life to nurturing young minds, was now consumed by the terror of her secret past, a past the mirror had cruelly unearthed. The once vibrant town was now a shadow of its former self, its residents prisoners of their own anxieties and fears. The mirror's revelations had ignited chaos. Its reflections were not just of a twisted reality, but a truth too harsh to bear, a future too terrifying to confront. The residents were trapped in this tumultuous cycle of fear and despair, their lives forever altered by their encounter with the mirror. Yet, as the town descended into turmoil, a chilling realization dawned upon the townsfolk. The mirror had not cursed them with these revelations. It had merely held up a mirror to their own lives, their secrets, their futures. It was not the mirror that they feared, but the truth it reflected. In the end, the mirror's reflections served as a chilling reminder. Some secrets are better left undiscovered, and the future, no matter how terrifying, is best met when it arrives. In the heart of the untouched wilderness, where modernity's touch has yet to scar, lies a forest. Not any ordinary forest, mind you, but a realm where reality blurs into the realm of the uncanny. The locals call it the Whispering Woods, a name that conjures visions of secrets carried on the wind, of tales untold, and of mysteries as old as the gnarled trees themselves. Among the towering pines and the veils of mist, a group of friends thought it a grand idea to pitch their tents and light their fires. A decision made in the spirit of adventure, yet unbeknownst to them. They had stepped into a world where the rules of the familiar no longer applied. As twilight draped its dark velvet across the sky, the forest began to reveal its true nature. The air thickened with an eerie silence, broken only by whispers that seemed to seep from the very bark of the trees. Whispers that were not carried by any wind, but by something far more ancient and far more sinister. Soon, the ghostly figures made their presence known. Emerging from the shadows, they danced in the periphery, their ethereal forms flickering like the firelight. Each specter seemed to echo a fear, a secret, a regret that each friend had carried into these woods. The forest, it seemed, was not merely a collection of trees and underbrush, but a living, breathing entity. It preyed on the fears of those who dared to enter its realm, growing stronger with each whispered secret, each revealed horror. A malevolent force, not of this world, that sought not to harm, but to reveal the darkness within each heart. One by one, the group faced their worst nightmares, their past mistakes, their deepest fears, their most haunting regrets, all materialized in the heart of the Whispering Woods. It was a trial by fire, a test of wills against an unseen adversary, a battle for survival that demanded not physical strength but the courage to face one's own demons. As the dawn broke, the forest fell silent. The ghostly whispers faded into the rustling leaves, the spectral figures retreated into the shadows, and the malevolent force that had held them captive seemed to slumber once again. Whether they escaped the forest or succumbed to it, that is a tale only they can tell. But one thing is certain: they left the Whispering Woods changed, carrying with them not just their belongings, but a haunting reminder of the darkness within us all. So beware the Whispering Woods, my friends, for it is not the forest that should be feared, but the secrets we carry into it. For in the heart of the woods, they come alive, whispering our darkest tales on the wind. In a city lost to time, an opera house once vibrant now stands abandoned. Long ago, this architectural marvel resonated with the harmonious symphony of arias, serenades, and ballads. Its grandeur was a testament to the city's rich cultural heritage. But as the sands of time swept over, the opera house lost its luster. Its melodies faded into silence, and its patrons disappeared into the annals of history. Today, its once magnificent halls are shrouded in an eerie quietude, interrupted only by the occasional rustling of rodents or the hollow echoes of its own solitude. The grand stage that once hosted illustrious performers now lies dormant, draped in a thick layer of dust and forgotten memories. But within these crumbling walls and forsaken corridors, an ancient secret lurks. A musical composition, shrouded in mystery, waits in the shadows. A symphony that whispers tales of a curse, of spectral apparitions, and vengeful spirits. Hidden within its decaying walls, a melody lies forgotten, a symphony with a dark secret. Among the dust and shadows, a talented musician stumbles upon a faded, ancient score. A solitary figure lost in the labyrinthine expanse of the abandoned opera house, our musician is drawn to the symphony like a moth to a flame. The score, worn by time but not entirely forgotten, holds a haunting allure that the musician cannot resist. The musician, a virtuoso in his own right, gazes upon the symphony with a mixture of fascination and reverence. The notes on the page dance before his eyes, an intricate ballet of black and white. It's a melody he's never encountered before, a siren song that calls to the deepest corners of his soul. He's captivated, ensnared by the symphony's spectral beauty. It's an obsession, a compulsion, a need to breathe life into the forgotten notes. With a sense of purpose, the musician takes his place at the grand piano, the instrument's ebony and ivory keys gleaming under the dim light. The first note rings out, resonating through the empty opera house, a ghostly echo that stirs the silence. He continues to play, each note weaving an intricate tapestry of sound, the symphony rising and falling like the breath of the building itself. As the musician loses himself in the melody, strange occurrences begin to unfold. A flicker of movement in the corner of his eye, a soft whisper carried on the wind, the faint rustling of curtains that haven't been touched in decades. The air thickens, charged with an unseen energy. The symphony seems to breathe life into the opera house, blending the spectral with the physical, reality bending under the weight of the haunting melody. The musician, entranced by the symphony, continues to play, oblivious to the spectral ballet unfolding around him. The melody weaves a spell, a hypnotic lullaby that blurs the line between the living and the dead. But with each note that rings through the opera house, something stirs in the shadows. Unbeknownst to the musician, the haunting notes of the symphony have awakened something otherworldly. As the final note of the symphony echoes through the opera house, the musician soon realizes they are not alone. A chill descends upon the grand hall, as the air grows heavy with the weight of 1,000 unseen eyes. The once silent opera house is now filled with whispers of the past, each word a haunting melody of sorrow and rage. The musician, standing alone on the stage, feels an icy grip of fear clutching at their heart as the spectral audience materializes from the shadows. The vengeful spirits, once bound within the notes of the symphony, now roam free. Their ethereal forms flicker in the dim light, casting eerie shadows that dance along the walls. They are a macabre orchestra of lost souls, their silent screams resonating through the air, a chilling testament to their torment. The musician, though terrified, is resolute. They understand now the power they've unwittingly unleashed and the danger therein. With trembling hands and a racing heart, they begin to play again, hoping to appease the spirits and break the curse. Each note they play is a desperate plea, a battle against the spectral wrath that threatens to consume them. Their music becomes a beacon in the darkness, a lifeline against the tide of terror that threatens to engulf them. The intensity builds, the music and the spectral chorus reaching a fever pitch, the opera house shaking with the force of their struggle. With each passing moment, the curse strengthens, the spirits grow more threatening, and the musician's fate hangs in the balance. The musician, trapped in a battle against the supernatural, must confront the malevolent entities. The air is thick with fear and suspense. As they wrestle with the spirits, their heart pounding like a frantic drum. They are the beacon in the darkness, their determination lighting the path toward salvation. But the shadows are closing in, the spectral wrath growing ever more relentless. As the opera house once again falls silent, the fate of the musician remains unknown. Will they conquer the spectral wrath or become another lost melody in the haunting symphony?